So hi to all my subscribers from Eat Sleep Wonder. It's a first video of its kind because today I'm gonna be talking with a friend of mine that we are friends actually since childhood from the same neighborhood. But he moved in Thailand 5 years ago, something like that, no?
4 years ago.
4 years ago, and he's been running Airbnb listings, rentals in Ko Phangan. How many listings do you own?
I have 7 listings right now, actually. I started with one, and like it passed like around 2 months until I realized that it's gonna work. So then like I took another house, and then the next step was renovating another 4 bungalows, which were like kind of crashed. So I just rented out the whole place and put some money, a little bit money, and a lot of effort to make the place look nice. And yeah, at the end it was working quite well. I mean, until now.
Yeah, with the how do you handling now with the corona? Did you change
Well,
your
it's okay.
plan?
We don't really get any bookings online. I mean, I actually had one on Airbnb and another one from booking.com. Um, but we try to go locally here. So we like just try to rent long term for people who are like kind of, some of them are stranded here, some of them like really love to stay here, so it's like they just see all the options just so they can stay, and they're doing like visas, education visa, volunteer visa, and all of that, like business visas. But now, like with the business, everybody's struggling, of course, not just here, all around the world, and we're just waiting for the borders to be open again, and maybe new people coming soon, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, I am actually full in the moment, but it's the lowest price that I could ever imagine to give like these houses for like monthly rates. And
How much
but I'm still happy.
how much do you lower the price percentage?
Whoa, it's like it's a huge difference. Like maybe if, let's say, if today was like a normal day without COVID and it's September, we would charge like 800 baht. That's around like 22 euros per day. Now we're charging like 5 euros, you know. So it's like, I mean, they,
Roughly 80-70%.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
But is it
Um,
even worth it to do that? Can you pay the cleaning, or are you doing the cleaning by yourself and the maintenance?
well, sometimes I have a friend who helps me, but now in the low season, I have nobody, and I don't really provide cleaning to the guests. It's just only like when a guest checks out, I would go and clean the bungalow or the house, and then the guests are on their own. Like they're doing their laundry. It's actually Thai style of renting, because usually if people rent long term from like the Thai style of rentals, it's they don't do anything for you. You do everything by yourself. You're on your own. You take the bed sheets for cleaning, and there are services here that they clean like 40 baht per a kilo, and they do everything by themselves. So right now, actually, I have nothing to do because the bungalows are rented, and I don't have to clean. So I'm just putting my energy to other things.
Okay, I was planning to talk about COVID a little bit later, but instantly because of this whole situation, the first thing that comes to mind when you talk about private business, especially rentals, COVID is the first thing to pop up. But I wanted to hear about because you're pretty successful in Ko Phangan with Airbnb, maybe one of the most successful listings that are there. I saw your reviews. The reviews are pretty amazing. I will put them somewhere here after we finish the chat. And but I really want to know, because you're a foreigner, so you went there totally without anybody to help you, so you decided to start that place. You found the location. We're not going to go deeper in how you found and how the business was established, but How was it to start an Airbnb in a different country? How was it to find the right supplies to furnish your place? And did you implement more of a Western style of running things in the beginning, or you easily jumped into being proper Thai way of renting?
No, actually, based on the reviews, you would see that it's definitely not Thai style of renting, because as I said, like usually you don't get much attention if you're renting like long terms. But me personally, I do only short terms. Like it's mostly Airbnb, and then in the low season we could go for long term, but that's like only a couple of months, like not really long time, because Ko Phangan is quite busy during the whole year. So you do get guests even in the low season, but it means in the low season you would charge less, and then like you make the prices higher or lower depending on the season how it goes. But what I found, like for the to come back to your question, when I came here, I had no idea that I will do Airbnb. I had a restaurant here, and kind of it took all my energy. I had to be there every day, every single day there, and spend all my energy, like 10, 12 hours a day there. And it was okay. It was nice experience for me.
With a restaurant? You started first with a restaurant, or?
With a restaurant, yeah. When I first came, I mean, I came first time in Ko Phangan was 2014. And I came as a traveler, and I really fell in love with the island. And then I came back again, like the next year, and then the next year again. And then the last time I remember I was in Greece, and then I kind of searched online, like I remember it was on Facebook, and just searching of things in Ko Phangan, and I came to this kind it was like an offer for a restaurant, you know. And I was checking like restaurants and stuff, what to do. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go back to London. I didn't want to go to Macedonia. So I was like, okay, I saw an opportunity, and I came here even not knowing like anything, because it was for vegan and vegetarian food. So I had no idea. But I came here, I kind of, you know, I opened the company in Thailand. That's the most important thing you need if you like to stay and live in Thailand and work. So based on the company, you get the work permit, and then based on the work permit, you get 1-year visa. And then when I kind of finished with the restaurant, because I realized that it's not for me. I don't want to be there in the whole day every day, and it's kind of hard to find someone here to do the things that they would do for you, like the same way that you're doing, you know. So at the end of the day, I kind of figured like there was this house that I stayed there before, and I know the owner. It's a really nice Thai lady, and now we are like a family with her, actually, because it's like been 3 years, and it's her land, and I rented the first house, you know, with her. And it was like quite difficult actually in the beginning, because I had no money. Like, she was waiting for me for rent. She was waiting for me she was totally cool with my idea, like when I told her what I plan to do. And I kind of I just started like actually 200 euro. I remember I put for this house to make it nice, like to put like some hammocks, to put nice decor, and painted the house by myself. Like called a friend to make a nice art in the kitchen, and you know, some so I started.
And this time you were still running the restaurant? I didn't get that. You were still running
No,
it?
I quit actually. No, I stopped with the restaurant. I kind of I gave it to other people after me to come after me, you know.
You didn't
And
put
then
yourself in that. I get it.
yeah, so yeah, it was a nice experience.
You painted the kitchen.
Sorry?
You painted the kitchen with a friend, and then
Yeah. So yeah, and then I listed on Airbnb, and but I had experience with Airbnb from before. I was renting my apartment in Skopje, but still, like I still had a lot of things to learn about hospitality and stuff. But I kind of have it in me in a way of communication with the people. I kind of give a lot of attention to the guests because I was also a traveler once, and I would really love to have a host like me, you know, to help me with find the things that I like, and like that I can you know, like sort you out for
And
whatever you need.
really relate to this, what you're saying now. That was how we were starting the first thing. What we want to have when we are in Bangkok, let's say. So what we needed, we tried to implement everything in the place that we were renting. So that's, I can relate with this story.
Yeah, so that's the thing, like, and they understand, and also there are many people coming scared. It's their first time in Thailand, you know. So first time they don't have real, like, any idea that this place is really kind of safe, you know, like it's more safe than anywhere in Europe, you know, let's say. But still they're really afraid, you know, and they're like, okay, they are like locking the doors, like worrying about their passports and stuff. And they have me in a way to like make sure like to tell them as well to not panic or whatever, like it's all cool, it's normal, and giving them all the tips they need. And you know, they feel safe in a way of like they're comfortable right away, you know, when they have someone to tell them. And then I like right away I take the map, show them like you're here, they have the whole picture on the of the map in their head, you know. And it's easy for them, giving them all the best things to do on the island, you know, and also giving them a lot more information because they're travelers. So I give them information for where to go next, like what to expect in the other places they would go, you know. And they have like kind of the full service. And this depends like also on the guests. I'm not gonna fake like in a way of I'm nice to you because there are some bad experiences with guests as well. So
yeah, we're going to do that in the end, because I would like to hear your horror stories with Airbnb guests.
Yeah, I mean it's not like some horror stories, but like you can see people like they kind of there are many different characters, you know, and then you need to see. And so yeah, I mean 90% of the guests are really nice and good experience, you know. And then 10 you're not really close to. What I'm saying is it's not that they're bad or whatever, we just don't find the connection. So then some don't even refuse to listen, like in a way of saying hello or whatever, you know, like different people.
Booking, no? .com. You get those kind of guests from booking.com usually.
That's true, yeah. They're totally different guests from Airbnb and from booking.com. It's totally different, and also totally different guests in low season and high season. So I'm gonna tell you that the people who paid the least
are the
for
worst.
that meal are the worst.
Yeah, same shit. Okay, again.
So yeah, sometimes I even like put the prices high just because of these guests. Like I don't want these guests for like, because it's not about, because I mean of course many people are also nice that they paid like the least and the most, you know, but you can see the difference. It's quite like you can recognize this, you know. So yeah, and the people who paid the most are like the nicest guests, you know. They also leave the place totally clean, and like they're you know, I don't know, like
it feels
the people,
like bigger respect toward the place that they're renting if they pay more. It feels like that for me. I don't know. They value it more.
Yeah, maybe the value, I mean, like, yeah, they value more. They are grateful, like more grateful in a way for like what they get. And
so how long it
and
took?
This is what I'm.
Huh? No, continue. Sorry.
No, you can go.
How long it took to jump from the first, and how many reviews did it take? How many reviews did you harvest for the first Airbnb, and to get that confidence that, okay, this is it, this is the right choice, so I need to expand it further? how long it took from the opening, painting the kitchen with a friend, to opening the new apartment, new bungalow?
Took 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
Not more than 6 months. But it was quite fast because I was sure that it's gonna work. I saw, like, I was definitely 100% sure, and even now, like, whatever, if like there is an opportunity like this, it's gonna work, because this is a touristic place and it's never gonna die. I mean, we never know what's gonna happen, but the tourism will be like always here. The tourists will always come back because the island is quite special, and there's so many people coming like for 2 weeks, and they're staying for 6 months. At the end, they end up like they want to live here.
I think you're
It's
giving too much credit to the tourism itself of Thailand. I think that for me, from my point of view, that for successful Airbnb, there are two things important. Not like they say in other blogs that you need 110 tips to get a better. You just need two. You to be the best host that is possible to be, to have that personal touch with the guest and with the place itself, and to make the place as comfortable and convenient to the guests as possible. Because, for example, we have listings in Skopje, Macedonia, that compared to Ko Phangan is like, this is Thailand, this is Macedonia, below zero. So, and we still manage to be constantly full because the way we approach our guests, and the moment you realize how important detailed review is, then I think that you get more to the success. That's how I see. Of course, tourism helps for you to get the clientele, but it's up to you if you're gonna maintain that success rate. And because if your bad host doesn't need to be for sure that you're gonna succeed there. If you are bad in that business, it simply doesn't matter where you are, you're not gonna succeed.
Definitely, yeah. You need to work on it. Like, you need to be a good host. That's the first thing. Is also like the first impression with the guests. Like, that's why I don't do self check-in. Like, for me, it would be so easy to do self check-in, but sorry, there is a bike passing through. So for me, it would be much easier. I can just put a code and with a lock, and people come, and then a cleaner will clean, and then many people do that. Like, but for me, I think it's very important to meet the guests and like to make them feel welcome. There are a lot of things I've done, like for making the guests feel good, but I don't really do it for the review. In a way, like, I really want to help them, and of course that comes and is followed by a good review. But I still want them to feel comfortable. And then, like, also I had so many friends of guests like coming, and like, because people are recommending it to their friends, and when they go back home in the US or in Europe, and then there are so many people texting, like, on WhatsApp, on like and that's like kind of good. So you did a like kind of good job hosting them. And of course, I also make a lot of friends from my guests as well. Like maybe with 30%, we kind of keep in touch, and they're coming here every year. And like when I go to Europe, I go visit them. And yeah, I mean, I like being in this business because it's quite like people oriented, and you're on the move. You're not in one place, So yeah, it's good.
I think that's the real base for being a super host, and the whole philosophy behind Airbnb, that you love what you do and you enjoy that host guest experience and relations that you're building and making friends. I mean, if you listen to the CEO, what he was saying, that was how it started, to help people by sharing your home, to get them cheaper price for rental, etc., etc. So I think that if you maintain that ideology of this whole business, you're gonna be successful. If you start doing self check-in, and of course sometimes you have to do self check-in, it's inevitable.
Of course, yeah.
But if that's, or if you give it to a property manager, if it's a property manager run Airbnb, instantly it's like a hotel. And I do agree with everything what you say, and I do relate with your way of the business. And I wanted to hear like, so if it comes to, you're constantly, do you force booking? Do you force Airbnb, or if you have these returning guests, do you prefer them to go back and book through Airbnb, or you would go direct booking with them?
Well, for me personally, I mean, I don't force anything and anyone like to make a booking or send me money. I mean, depending where they come from. So sometimes the guests are writing to me on WhatsApp, and sometimes they're writing in Airbnb as well. Oh, here is my number, and then their number is hidden, and they try. But for me personally, the best is they make a booking from Airbnb, because I have my kind of rules there, like with the cancellation policies, and so once they have a booking there, um, there is no more like they cannot change the booking. I mean, depending how it goes, because many people that want to book outside of Airbnb, they would ask you they would like ask you, can they send a deposit or whatever, and then they don't show up, like if they didn't send a deposit or something. So for me personally, it's the best Airbnb, like if they make a booking, because Airbnb don't charge me too much, like I think it's
3%.
2-3%, and but they charge the guests more.
14% was the guest.
Sorry?
14% was the guest, and
It
3%.
depends on the price, but I think around 12 to 14%. Yeah, it can be different. So for me personally, it's much better Airbnb, and I'm also they're saying like, why should we pay Airbnb? Because you found me through Airbnb. That's the platform. That's a community where you go and search for houses, right? I mean, they're working on their platform, so they deserve this money. I mean, um,
It's like paying
then
taxes in an uncorrupt country. If you pay
sorry.
taxes, it's like paying taxes in a non-corrupt country. If the country is, then you have roads and you have.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you had the same there in Macedonia, about they send me and many other hosts 25% of the cancellations
Yeah, they did.
that were from March until,
Yeah.
or no,
May,
from March until May.
if they made the
Uh,
mark, something like that. I don't know how was it. Yeah.
yeah, which was very good from them. Like kind of took care of their
But
users in
many
a way.
will complain, many will disagree with you, and it was a big thing that the hosts were felt like abandoned because Airbnb took the side of the guests, and then this CEO had a video chat by himself. I mean, towards the community, that I'm sorry that we did it like that. We're gonna try to fix it, and because they refunded everything. So I was just listening this few days ago.
But what's the problem? I mean, the people cannot come. It's not anyone's fault, and the host will be the one who will lose. Yeah, of course, but this is how it goes. I mean, maybe they could have make some like automatic message to the guests to say, okay, please maybe pay 50%, because it's like not anyone's fault or something. They didn't do that. But at the end of the day, like the guests, in a way, are like first, because they are the guests, and you are the host as well. But that's why they send the 25%, at the end, maybe.
That was after it. So they send the 25% after this big
After, yeah.
dilemma.
Okay. Right. I didn't know about that, but I was not even expecting the 25%. I kind of took it on my own back. Like many guests were writing, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't go," and of course, I give them full refund. Then also,
Did you give lots of refunds? Did you give lots
I
of?
gave a lot. Sorry.
Did you give lots of refunds?
Yeah, that's the
Was
thing.
the amount big?
I gave refunds that I should not, I could not give them, because they are looking after the May or April, or I don't know which date was it. so they had to ask me, and if I'm okay with it, they would get the refund. So actually I gave like a lot of refunds, just because I said, okay, fuck it, like I'm gonna give them all refunds. They can't really come, and they would love to come, but they can't come, so they can't really do anything about it. So I gave a lot of refunds, and most of them, like 80%, wrote me like, oh, we just can't wait for Thailand to be open again, and we're coming for sure, like we really want to come. But I can imagine, like, they had their tickets to come to Thailand, they had their holidays coming, and they were ready for traveling, and then COVID hit and nobody can travel. They had to stay in Germany, in the UK, in Switzerland. So at the end of the day, it's okay. Like they got their refund, and I'm sure they will book again, when they can.
I read something on Reddit the other day after I was listening to this about the refunds and stuff, and they said that the biggest complaints and the biggest problem was with property management companies and with people who have mortgages on houses or apartments that they bought especially for Airbnb. So first with the property managers, because they run like hundreds of Airbnb under one umbrella. So they have employees, they have bills and everything, and suddenly you have so many refunds, and actually Airbnb didn't even ask for a refund if you allow to be a refund, even if you have a strict cancellation policy. So they just allowed everybody to do the cancellation. Yeah. So these companies that have like hundreds of Airbnb listings, there was hundreds of thousands of dollars that they needed to return, and then to let go people. And what I read, that is not the small homeowners like us that we are renting these places that were so complaining, because we have this personal touch with the guests, so you kind of feel for him, and you've been a traveler yourself, so you know how that would have affected you. So you don't want to be the evil other side that totally don't care about you. And so I do agree with that. I can imagine, because we didn't complain for anything, we just go along with it. Yeah, that's the normal thing.
Yeah, but what I think, Airbnb is not really a platform for you to have 100 listings and have a company and employ people. So basically they shouldn't really complain, because their business model is kind of wrong. And this is not the Airbnb's like idea was firstly to have a spare room in your house and host someone, right?
Yeah.
So then it became like more and more, but then like also if you and that's where like the hosting actually kind of gets bad. I've went and I've stayed in many places in like Malaysia and Singapore, in the Airbnbs who are managed by these kind of companies, and it's so confusing. They just send you the messages. It's like a robots, like you don't even see anyone. You don't really feel welcome. You don't really, and the places are, they don't even know if the place is cleaned by someone, like, and which cleaner is cleaning. Like they don't really know what's going on in their apartments. Like this is not their like homes, it's not personal to them. It's like more of like strictly 100% business, which is okay. I mean, everyone can do whatever they want, and they have their opportunity to do it on Airbnb, so they do it. But in my opinion, it's not for this kind of.
I totally agree, but Airbnb did allow that. So I mean,
yeah, Airbnb allowed it because Airbnb is profiting from it. So good for them, good for the hosts. But then you can see like that these kind of management companies, they don't really get like 4.9 on and 4.8, or they're 4.4, 4.5, like but at the end of the day, maybe they don't even care about this. Like, I mean, just the money is coming, and it's like busy places, tourist places, and the photos you can see, like, depending where in Kuala Lumpur, it's like from they just take like the whole building, and like anyway, but
I know
they will be okay. They will be
A friend
okay.
that he was running, he worked actually as check-in help for a small Airbnb. So he was doing the check-ins for a fee, not company, not anything. So I met him, and he said that for Budapest, for example, because Budapest, the prices for the real estate are skyrocketing. So it's super expensive. It's getting on, I think, like 4,000 euro or, per square meter. And that's happening
Wow.
in the recent 10 years. And big Russian names like millionaires and from other countries, they're investing and buying whole old apartments. So they bought half of the city center, the district, the good district, and they cannot just rent them to students and everything because again they need to be there and work. So this way it's much more profitable, and this is what these companies, property managing companies, are exploiting and profiting from, because they have this kind of people who don't care about their numerous apartments, and they just give them to them, and they
manage it for them. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, of course. I mean, it's a big market, and it's it's doable for some people, and they use the opportunity and they do it. Why not?
Yeah, but I really don't have problems personally. I haven't been affected by them because, as you said, you can see their reviews are more straightforward, very professional, nothing personal with a personal touch. And when you see our reviews, you get that personal vibe. And we had many guests that are saying, "Oh, we read your reviews. We would like to stay with you, and we heard that you're an amazing host. We read that you're an amazing host." So I think that's a plus for us because we have a different kind of a competition. So it's kind of, we are kind of benefiting from that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, like if you're a good host, but yeah, many people are making bookings based on reviews.
Yeah.
So they would choose like, let's say, a bit more expensive place if the reviews are better, you know. And I think, yeah, it's not just about the place, and reviews have a lot like meaning to the bookings. And yeah, and it shows like shows that you're a good host. And I had like a few people coming, they don't even know how the place looks, you know, like, because they say, oh, we booked just because of the reviews, you know, like they just made a booking because like it's a next day booking, let's say, you know. So they just come and see, oh, okay, it's a nice place. We didn't really see the whole place like on the pictures because we just read the reviews and we booked it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, people like, I mean, me too. I read reviews before I book a place, so I guess everyone does it.
Do you apply those like homey things in the listings? Like, when I go to your listing, would I find, let's say, salt and pepper? Will I find
Yeah,
oil? Do you have
yeah,
those
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I
personal,
put like
very personal touches, but convenient?
coffee, tea, sugar. Sometimes, sometimes, you know, guests will leave olive oil as well. I mean, me personally, I wouldn't buy olive oil because mine are not so like luxury listings, but there are people who are leaving like their half a bottle of olive oil, so I would leave it for the guests, you know, and they would be like, oh wow, we have olive oil. And mainly my bookings are actually people who like to have a kitchen, because in all of my listings I have a kitchen, because you don't really find a kitchen everywhere around Ko Phangan.
You have a full
So
kitchen with oven and everything, or just the oven top?
now no oven, like the normal thing
Super.
that everybody has at home here is not an oven. The Thai people, they don't really use an oven.
Uh-huh.
So we use a stove, you
Yeah.
know, with a gas tank. You have like a toaster, kettle, you have like a lemon squeezer, you have like a lot of small things that would make your life much easier, you know, and more comfortable, let's say.
Coffee machine?
Sorry?
Do you have coffee machine in your place?
Yeah, in a few of my listings, I have like a coffee machine, but with like for a filter coffee.
No, nice.
It's, you know.
We start using
Um,
French press because it's much cheaper now.
yeah, and then I have like also shampoos and
Hmm.
soap and
Do you give big
of course.
bottles, or you give this small hotel size?
No, I have like special. like big, not so big. They're like middle size, but they're like with a press, like with a pump.
Like
So
a
I
liquid
refill.
soap tank, like for a
I
liquid
refill.
soap that you press.
Yeah. But I refill them. I have like a little metal thing on the near the shower, and then in the metal thing are those two, and then I refill them all the time. There is a shampoo and
Body lotion
body gel,
and
right?
conditioner or whatever, how is
Body
it?
lotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do refill also, but we bought these small containers, small like hotel size,
But
and we.
that's very hotel, you know. I don't want
I
to be
do,
like a
I
hotel.
understand, but it gave somehow for us it was a good thing. It was very accepted, kind of. Whenever we present the bathroom, and we show them you have a shampoo for you and with a conditioner and blah blah blah, and they were, oh, you're so professional. You have this kind of little hotel touch in your home. So it kind of turned out to be well for us.
Yeah. I mean, not. I mean, doesn't really matter. Whenever I would go, I don't really care about what kind of bottle they have. But yeah, it's for me,
A
it's
small
nice
touch
because
that makes a difference, I think.
mm, it's easier. I have used those as well,
Mhm.
but it's kind of easier. But then I thought like maybe I buy like special ones, and then I just refill them with a shampoo and the shower gel. But yeah, now in the moment I don't refill. Now now they're staying for like long term, so I don't really. Um, I mean, of course, I help them for whatever they need. They can contact me, but I'm not like really paying too much attention like to the guests. They're on their own in a way, because they're long term anyway. There is nothing I would do for them with the shampoo and stuff.
But if you have like, let's say 7 days in high season, they pay the full price. Do you offer them extra cleaning after 3 days or something like that, or totally no?
No, no, there is no extra
Or clean
cleaning.
sheets, for example,
Sorry.
or clean sheets and clean towels if they stay 7 days.
If they stay 7 days, usually there is no clean towels, because 7 days is the normal. Actually, it's 5 days. 5 days. So if they stay for 10 days, I would change them. I would change but not change, but just give them the bed sheets, and they change them by themselves. Um, because it's kind of like the guests don't really expect, and also in the beginning I was saying like to them, okay, look, I'm gonna come and change the bed sheets for you, and they feel like, oh, you don't need to, you don't need
Yeah.
to. But I say it like, I will come and I will change them, but they were like, most of the guests, like also that are coming here, the tourists, are very nice people. Like I've met like really really nice people, and it's not so often to get like problem or whatever with a guest, and all around the island you can feel this nice energy and everything. Everyone is positive, and yeah, I think like the island is amazing, and then when they come they're so happy, so there's nothing to complain about, like. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm a really good host as well, but still also like everybody's happy here. It's
Yeah.
not a city, it's an island. So yeah, I'm not sure like if you had a bad experience like in Skopje with a guest.
I had some literally horror stories. Not many, but one. A little bit before I go to this, I wanted to ask you: have you ever thought of having like website for your Airbnb business?
No,
Or do
because I never needed like to marketing it as well. I don't really marketing it, because uh I kind of have the bookings. I don't know how. I think Airbnb has a really really good logarithm that organizes these bookings, and I think they show my property when someone is asking for a date which is after the day that I have a checkout. So I think they kind of organize this good, or maybe I'm lucky because I have all like, not, I mean, not right now, but until like March, for example, and since 2 years I always had like booking after booking after booking after booking, you know, and I never had like 7 available days that I don't get booked, you know. Even like I would get booked like even 2 days before the date, you know. I think Airbnb has this kind of thing, whoever is not booked they show it more, you know, and maybe I'm not sure, but I never feel I never felt the need to make an like a website for the property, you know.
We do have
Yeah, because
for us. We have one.
yeah, I know, but like I think also people, I don't really offer it like to people. Like they make these bookings based on these platforms, right? And I'm not like sending my listings to someone. Of course I am sending when they ask me, okay, can you please like I have a friend who stayed with you, blah blah blah, and I just send them the listings, you know. And then of course we chat and give them all the information, and sometimes I give so much information to someone that is not gonna even book. you know. uh, you know, so but it's okay. It's like they just gain some information for the island and stuff. um but yeah, I never had the need to have the website, and you know, and
All right.
also we have a lot of Facebook groups here in like based in Ko Phangan, and then we just post the photos there now in the very low season, and then people from Ko Phangan can see that and they come, because now we have no people from like around Thailand, right? And also people now, we're expecting some local tourism. Like I have a booking from a Thai person actually now. She's coming on the 3rd of September, and yeah, so I had another booking as well, which was local, and we're kind of expecting, yeah, the local people, and also there are many expats here that they're like here for many years. There are people in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Bangkok, and they all want to travel around Thailand, so they all come in Ko Phangan. So even like though the country is closed, Ko Phangan is quite like has people, you know, like restaurants are open, parties are happening, and beaches are quite like you can see some people on the beach. And but to be honest, like also these people that are here now, they're so happy to be here. I mean, they're lucky because they would never see the island ever again like this, empty, you know. Um, and they can enjoy the beach by themselves. They can like go be in the waterfall by themselves, you know, which they can do many things. And still going out at night, you can see people like gatherings of like people going for a party, so it's kind of alive still even in these times. But most of Thailand, like for example Phuket, is totally dead, like
Good is that?
dead. Yeah,
Didn't
that's
expect.
why now on the 1st of October, the Thai government decided to open the borders to foreigners like to come, and new tourists, which will have to be in quarantine for 2 weeks. And yeah, I think many people are interested in this, and they will organize it well. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Maybe
To
people will come.
to go back to this website personal, for us it turned out to be very good because anyway, yes, we do love the whole ideology about Airbnb and being a good host, but again, we have invested so much money to be profitable to as a business. So
Hmm.
what we earn with this is that you don't pay the commission first of all, so you can increase the price by 15% more on the website, because when the guest sees it on Airbnb, it's more or less the same as you're on your website. Even if you lower it for €2, you again earn 12% more, but it looks cheaper for them. And the thing is that many agencies found us. So agencies from Bulgaria,
Hmm.
Germany, France, and they have a bigger groups, and they are looking for apartment. They don't want to go in hotels, so they do call us and make the booking like that. Plus,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
many prefer to pay in cash. So of course, paying in cash means no taxes and it's extra profits for you. And I
But
think 200 euros.
how are you sure they will come, like paying cash?
Because the way we are creating the websites also for other, I have created websites for other hosts, is that we don't make them as a professional website as a company. So we make them personal. So it's like Airbnb style, but on our website. So it's a personal website where me and my wife, we started this business. We moved back from Hungary, etc., etc. So we are presenting us as a small family-owned business that we would like you to be our guest and maybe help us. So you get that personal touch. So far we haven't had problems from the direct bookings, and we actually have many returnings. We have much more returnings because usually expats that come to, or business people that are constantly commuting between Macedonia and other country, they prefer to book like that. We give them their invoice, and I think I think that you should, if you feel the need to change a little bit your ecosystem of profit. But I mean, if you're just doing this, I just wanted to say why it's good and how it was for us. Doesn't mean that you need to do
Yeah.
this, but yeah. And
Well,
before
because
we go,
as we said, like Airbnb charges 3%, which is not like
but
too
14
much. And
extra them.
to them,
So
you
they
said
pay
like
extra. If
yeah.
you earn 25, they pay 35. So you can make 34 euros on your website, but if you go through Airbnb, then it's 35, 36. So you kind of have this little discount. Or discount.
Yeah, that's true. Like you can do that. Yeah, but the thing is like depends, because like this I'm kind of full, so
Yeah, of course.
why should I push like this? But also making the website, and someone needs to take care of it.
Yeah.